Happy Sunday, Boalia Desmond here. Thank you for tuning in. So I titled my message today, Time to Take Inventory. So this message was inspired by our inspirational call this morning through our business. So every day at 8 o'clock, there's an inspirational call that goes on. And today's leader spoke about how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I've heard this so many times, even in our with our John Maxwell mentors, who say how you do one thing is how you do everything. And for this leader, she was talking about when she first started her business, her husband wasn't really that supportive of it. So she decided to ask him, do you really support what I'm doing? Do you really think that, I'm going to be able to do well in this thing? And he flat out looked at her and he said, you always start things, but you never finish them. So in his mind, it was another thing that she was going to start, but she wasn't going to see to completion. And you know what? That is really like a game changer for her, right? So she spoke about, the habit of making your bed every single day. We all know that is a habit that, is recommended for each and every one of us, because really it's the first win of the day. You get to win right away by making your bed, making it well. But she said, even though she made that bed perfect on the outside, she never really pulled up the sheets or anything. So she always was cutting corners. So as she started observing in her own life, she said, I was cutting all kinds of corners. Yes, I would get results, but I was cutting corners to get to those results. So her bed looked perfect on the outside, but the inside was just a jumbled mess, right? She said people out of work, very successful in her career before she, went to her home-based business, which she's doing amazing in too. But people always followed her then too, because they saw the success, but they never really knew how she got there. Always cutting corners. And what really resonated with me was a couple days ago, the Lord spoke to me about getting rid of clutter in my house. He said, if you can get rid of the clutter in your house, you will find clarity. So I think that it was interesting to me that, he showed me a picture, quick snap of the outside, how things were so cluttered on the outside, but really it was affecting me on the inside. That is how my insides were. So what about you? Can you take inventory? Can you take inventory of how you run your life in all areas of your life? And is there a pattern? Is how you do one thing, how you do everything? I just thought, my goodness, yeah, that is such an incredible insight, because yes, I've heard it many, many times, but how often do we stop? Do we really stop and just think, maybe this area of my life isn't going well. Maybe this, whatever. Notice a pattern. Do you start and stop? Do you start things and never finish them? Or do you start things and, you just do them half? They're never done well. You just kind of get things done, but they're never done well. And so, this can translate into anything, whether it's your finances, whether it's your workouts, whether it's your time with the Lord, whether it's your time with friends, whether, what can you notice about a pattern? It is time to take inventory, because that might be the very thing that's holding you back from you succeeding, or the very thing that's holding you back from taking the next step, or just even having the life that you want to live. So I thank you for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.